Welcome to the Man Up Podcast.
I'm Winston Wolfe. I solve problems.
A spiritual oasis for men. We're not pastors, just regular guys.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
So, for the uncommon man, created by equally uncommon men, this is Man Up.
This is our first event where we're doing live. I just want to give you, before we move over to our studio where we do our podcast, give you a little bit of history about us. About 10 years ago, I was leaving a men's only adult Bible fellowship. The leader was going to have a major surgery. And actually, Mike and I, we were leaving that particular class. And we had no place to go. And so I reached in my pocket, I grabbed a coin, I said, Mike, somebody's going to have to be a leader. And I got ready to flip it. He goes, Bill, I'm not a member. So it was kind of like a calling for me and with Mike's assistant to go ahead and start what turned out to be Man Up, because as I thought about it, I was going to have to man up myself. It started out as a joke. No church answers. And because personally, I was tired of that. I wanted real answers that would help me with my life. We have the buzzers out there. No church answers stuck with us so much that we do use it as a slogan. No church answers to her. So when people give a church answer, they'll go ahead and they'll get buzzed with the buzzer. And sometimes, like you'll hear about this, especially since we're on video, there's going to be times when you're going to want to buzz yourself and give that church answer. This is our live show, and next to me is our producer, Mr. Steve Titch. Next to him, the judge, Steve. Michael Cropper. And next to him, Kyle Trahan. And then we have the professor, Robert Koshu, on the end.
Yes.
And with that, we are going to jump right into the podcast. And this is a special one that we have, the fellas have created, I guess. And this is about David and Bathsheba. And we're going to go ahead and start with the first one. Is 2 Samuel 11, 1 through 5. I'll go ahead and read that real quick.
Look at how David's sin begins, and it began with lust. And then it led to a decision to seek near-term gratification that was as self-destructive as much as it was unnecessary. And so we ask today, is anything really that different? Maybe we're not kings, but we're subject to the same temptations. And I think the biggest belief we still have, which David had, is that we could get away with it.
I like the scripture, and I like looking at it, because if you ever look at what the actual scripture says, and I think we mentioned this before, but the words there for Bathsheba was, in our vernacular today, we would have said she was smoking hot. David didn't look and go, oh, hey, there's a pretty girl there. This was like, take your top 5 female that you've been around and put that there and go, and that's what you're looking at.
Navigate this. This is, I guess, the key question. We're in a society where pretty much this is everywhere. It's in some cases seen as okay. So you're how do you keep yourself apart from this, even though it's very difficult to do?
Well,
one word, and it's a word nobody wants to hear, and it's called discipline.
Yep.
And the thing about it is,
What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
right.
That's
right.
Exercising your faith muscle, sir.
Exercise your faith muscle. But the thing about it is, as when you're a parent, you put up these rails of discipline. However, as we age and get older, you are not disciplined by your parents the same way when you get into adolescence and you're
have all the porn and all the other stuff. That takes a self-discipline, and there is no value placed on people having self-discipline.
Well, but it's true, that's why what you're explaining, why I buzzed, because all this concern ends in teenage years. We do this, we hit this in youth studies. But what about the 30-year-old guy?
We were doing it this year.
What about the 40-year-old guy? What about the married guy? There's once you're out of the teenage years and you're out of the house, your parents aren't watching what you're doing on the internet. No more filters. You're an adult. And do we? I mean, I'll first, do we instill the discipline in our kids? I know this is going to come up in scenarios, but do we prepare them actually to be young men, or do they get out of youth camp, youth ministry at 18, and is it, I'm free?
So,
well,
going off to college.
Baited me again.
And with that, we've got some hypothetical scenarios that have been written, and when you hear the detail that they've been written, I'm not sure how hypothetical they are.
This is ripped from the headline.
This one literally is.
You have torn your Achilles tendon while playing in your softball league. You've undergone surgery, and now you've been prescribed intense physical therapy at a leading facility like TIER. Part of your physical therapy includes 6 weeks of massage therapy, which has been duly prescribed by your surgeon and is being covered by your insurance. The massage therapy substantially speeds your healing and reduces your pain. Your licensed massage therapist is very good, but is female. Your wife objects to this and feels massage therapy, even in a clinical setting, is too intimate to be done by a member of the opposite sex. She wants you to either see a male therapist or forgo massage therapy completely, even if it slows your rehab. What do? 1, agree with your spouse. Massage therapy by the opposite sex is fraught with temptation. It's best to avoid, even if it means enduring a longer, more painful recovery. 2, make an appointment with your wife to meet your massage therapist, who can then give her a better understanding of the therapy's medical reasons and benefits and how it contributes to overall physical therapy. 3, assert that you have the right to choose the best health care you can get, and over your wife's objections, keep seeing the massage therapist.
I wrote number 4, which is not officially part of this, and that's
Right.
I said offer to get your wife a masseur.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Right, and 5 is buy a massage chair.
There you go, buy a massage.
And avoid
I
that
don't know
all.
if it's going to help on your Achilles.
We're
but,
still going with 3 for the participation. But
You know, I got with Mike. I'm on number 4. That wasn't an option, Robert. You know, my wife was actually a massage therapist at one time. So that was a pretty easy one for me because it was not a problem. As far as the physical aspect of the massage, to be honest, I find women tend to be a better masseur than a man. I don't know why that is, but maybe it's trying to compensate because they're smaller or something. And the other part that I just kind of wanted to throw in was, do you go in the nude? Because with massage, you have that option.
It's Achilles healed.
Yes, that could actually be.
You better not get totally
I kind of got 2 things on this. One is that it's a question not so much even of adultery, but of personal boundaries for your spouse. Your spouse is telling you she does not want your body rubbed even by a professional person. And as we know, licensed massage therapists, there's a strict code of ethics here. They will keep you covered, and as you've done it. On the other side of this also, this is a symptom of the sexualization of everything.
Yes.
Massage therapy is exactly therapy. And you're there for a medical reason. This is why I tend to go with number 2. And I've same thing. My wife is cool with it, and we've done. I've been injured, and There are sure, it's been cheapened by the storefront massage parlors, which are fronts for prostitution. I'm not going to deny it, but there's a difference between that and I guess my ace in the hole, dare I say, use it like that.
Oh,
my wife has a male gynecologist.
Really?
And and if you have, what's the difference there? You want and
Right.
So I think you're being unfair to a professional, but I guess I can see the reasons. I would go with number 2. So, but I want to leave the discussion to that.
Oh, well, I was going to go with number 2 as well, and this is from personal experience. I've had numerous hip surgeries recently. However, massage has not been prescribed to me, but I would have an issue with it if it was, and my wife was not on board with it. So I'm just going to buzz myself because I don't know. I mean, if it is absolutely essential for my healing, I would have to get my wife on board with it.
Well, but I mean, the whole scenario here is the opposite sex. The easy answer: switch to a male. Yeah. It's the easy. It's the quick.
Okay,
your doctor wants
right.
it. I don't have to get a massage from a female. And if that's the whole issue, marriage
but what
is
if she's good? What if she's better than you admitted that?
Yes.
Well, you don't know that until you've done it.
And if my wife had a problem with it, it's that compromise that we're going to have to go with in marriage. And I'm going to have to say, babe, I'm not going to go see Kim anymore. I'm going to go see Bill. Or, well, no, I don't trust Bill.
Dude, I'm terrible.
Paul, whoever,
I'm
whatever,
terrible
anybody
at
other than
massage.
Bill. But, if that was the scenario and it was clinically and it was helpful for you, you're going to find an alternative to not make your wife mad.
What I think is funny is pretty much everybody that answered the poll went with number 2. And I think it comes down to it's a respect for your spouse question at this point.
Yeah,
This is one of
100%.
those marriage things that goes into the long term. How do I prevent everything and stay faithful? That's part of it, is I'm having that communication with my spouse. Now, my favorite one is coming now.
Wait, I didn't get to answer.
All right, well, answer now.
Okay, real quick, yeah, folks. If the name of that massage parlor or where he gets the therapy is Delilah's Massage, we rub you the right way. I would agree with my wife in a second. Boy, I would not do it. Anyway, okay.
How do you know about Delilah's Massage there,
Well,
Mike?
that's the one Mike goes to.
it-
Especially want to thank Sugarland Baptist Church for hosting us. And if you're unable to attend a church, you can check out the Sugarland Baptist streaming service, which starts Sundays at 9:45. But we want to encourage each and every one of you to join a local Bible-based church. Why local? So you'll go and find small group, adult Bible fellowship, or Sunday school class where you can join in small group discussions like this. And that's why we do the Man Up podcast. And find one that is men only. If there is one, start one. This is Man Up.